Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for being with us today, spending a little bit of your time. I promise I'll talk shortly because I know you're all not here to listen to me. You're here for the experts. We've got some great experts with you today, but let me run through some quick housekeeping before we get to them. First, this is a Zoom webinar. Everything is being recorded, so please have fun, but keep in mind it is recorded, so don't say anything you don't want out there. Um, and if you have any questions during the webinar, we will collect them all. We will save them for the end, but please put them in chat or in the Q&A section. I promise we will do our best to get to all of them. We've got a great talk track with plenty of time for Q&A at the end. And then the post-event survey. If you were on our past couple webinars, we've rolled out the Detox store. We really love your participation in the survey. It helps make Detox what it is, build out content for the upcoming year. So please give us your feedback. The speakers want to know how well they did as well. So please let us know what you think of the webinar, the talk track, and what you want to see coming forward from Detox. 4 lucky survey participants will be able to win one of these items or a combination of these items from the Detox store. So pay attention to your email post webinar. It will also appear once you leave the webinar, the link to the survey. So please fill it out. Let us know what you think. Really means a lot to all of us. And then keep in mind, we do have some more webinars coming up. We keep that content rolling out. So we've got modernizing the workforce in the AI era next week on April 16th, same time, same place. And then on May 2nd, we've got endpoint security enhancements with Dell Technologies, CrowdStrike, and Intel. So 2 great sessions you're going to want to be at. We've got some superstars that I already see are on this call that come to every single one of these. So thank you for being here. We want to see more superstars. It means a lot. So we'll see you at the next couple. But without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Frank because I talked over my allotted minute. So Frank, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to share my screen right now, pull this slide deck up. As you said, we do have sort of a packed agenda, so I'm going to try to get through a good introduction, and then I'll be joined later on after I talk through my section by my colleagues Rick and Ginny. But today we're here to talk to you folks about our Dell accessories. These are the client accessory devices for all of those things that connect you to your technology. I'm going to talk to you through a little bit about what our innovation process looks like, how we define, by category, how we define our product development in order to meet specific needs, and then what that means to your enhanced productivity when using these products. Without further everything we do in the client accessory space, from every category, from keyboards to bags to docks, et cetera, is all about connecting you to your technology. It's that better together story. How do we take, wherever you work and whatever it is that your setup needs to be and look like, and allow you to have better access to that technology. It's meant to also be future proof, future ready. We do that through not just making sure we have the most modern specs and modern elements in our design process, but also through software to make sure that we can support your product for years to come and extend the life of that product through the software. And wherever possible, we insert any kind of intelligence into our process and products as possible. And we'll talk through that portion. We have a mind to that our customers are sharing with us that where they're working is still continuing to change rapidly. Dell Technologies is right alongside our customers in this space, as we've just initiated a more robust hybrid return to site policy ourselves, where we're on site more often, but still enjoying the flexibility of being remote for part of the week. And so as we're experiencing this and as our customers experiencing this, we need the technology to be consistent. We need the technology to be something that works wherever you work. And so based on this, the feedback, as I say, that's what that's how we do our design process. And really, I mean, that's the heart of this presentation and what you're going to hear just today in our 3 categories that we're talking about. We have access at Dell to all of the same market data that every other partner or brand or technology company out there has. It's the same market data that you can subscribe to and pay for to understand what those trends are. But Dell has access to something that nobody else has, and that's you. That's the Dell customer. The Dell customer is our barometer for taking a trend running it through that filter so we understand what is the heart of where needs are based. What is it that is specifically trying to be solved for? And so we can develop our pillars in each category to meet those needs, to have that maximized productivity in that design process and that everything works together without, so you have that peace of mind. Now, we are not able to cover everything on this call. We're going to do just a few select, really exciting topics for you today. But as a reminder, Dell Client Accessories covers a wide variety of categories, everything that you see here in front of you. And so, as sort of an action for anything extra, please do reach out to your sales group or look at any of our published assets like our accessory e-guide to make sure that if you have any questions about any devices, that we can find a way to get you an answer for learn more, evaluation units, et cetera, so you can understand how they best, fit in your environment. All right. We do also, and you'll hear this today when Ginny talks especially, have great sustainability goals within the product development process. I'll just touch on this slightly. Michael Dell, a few years ago, said that we had to have these 2030 moonshot goals to be more sustainable in our packaging and our actual product development in the processes themselves. And we've built that into every single layer of our peripheral devices. And there's even more coming down the road as we use recycled plastics and the actual production process of things like our bags and carrying cases. So please keep that in mind, as I know everyone has their own procurement needs when it comes to sustainability. That Dell is right alongside you there. And then finally, one other little preamble piece that I want to talk about is our software solutions. And I'm going to kind of tee this up, and then Rick is going to carry this ball when he talks later. But Dell Peripheral Manager is the software solution that we've aligned behind to make sure that you can manage at the end user level every single one of the collaboration, AV, and input devices that you connect to your system in a single place. And it's where we can future-proof our products by rolling out firmware updates in this space. A little bit on that. When we think about firmware, historically, that's always sort of been like we got to fix a bug, or we're migrating from one Windows to the next Windows, and we got to do a firmware update to address it. That's not how companies address firmware anymore. Firmware is how we extend the life of your product, where we can take your product and make it smarter over time. And so, definitely more on that to come. And Dell Pair as an alternative, secure way for you to connect some of your devices to your Dell client systems. So I'm going to talk to you today, then spend the rest of my time with you this morning on our Dell Audio solutions, specifically some stuff that we're right now, as of this week, in the process of wrapping up a product launch. And we're really excited to talk about that product launch. So within the Dell Audio space, it includes headsets, speakerphones, and the soundbars that attach to your displays. Pretty straightforward there. But when it comes to what we've done in the product development process for audio, we understand from our customers that your needs for audio are changing, just as we discussed for everything else. And where we focused all of our research and development and design into is the clarity of that microphone. How do we attach intelligent features into the microphone functions of these devices so that everybody on the other end can hear what was needed, coming through. Additionally, we make sure that we're certified on the leading UC platforms that our customers are telling us are the most important to them. In this case, Teams and Zoom. And we'll make sure that above all, that there's also a comfortability and design aesthetic that kind of translates across all of your products, because you're going to be with these products basically for your entire workday, right? Your audio products, right? So a couple of years ago, we launched these two products that we see in front of you here. And I'm going to spend just a moment talking to you about these because this is the setup for what we've done with our headset space. And this is an example of that innovation production cycle in process. These are the same product. The SP3022 and the soundbar SP522A are both the same product with a different form factor. And both of them approach noise cancellation with a smart software that was focused on the human voice. Our customers told us we need that voice clarity to go through. We couldn't see anyone else in the market looking for that approach to noise cancellation. But for us, it was, how do we make sure that only the human voice goes through? So for these two speakerphone products, it focuses on a human voice frequency range. Everything outside that frequency range then gets canceled out. Additionally, as I mentioned, Teams and Zoom certified. It's got great stereo output as well. And these were the two products that were our first big launch in the audio space as we put research and development into our headset line. So this was the next step in the evolution of that technology. We have continued to work with the software, and we understood that the human voice frequency range, while great, doesn't fully capture that purity of voice that needs to go through and have everything else canceled out. So we've invested in software and engineers, et cetera, over the last couple of years to start launching these products. So the first of these products launched late October of last year, and the final one is going to be launching this week on Thursday. And we're really excited to have that exclamation point at the end of this product launch sentence, right? But every single one of these is standard around that AI's noise cancellation microphone, and then we layer up additional features as well. Teams and Zoom certification is standard. Every single box has a Type C or with a Type A adapter in it, whether it's wired or wireless. And every single one of these products is backed by a 3-year advanced exchange warranty, which you're going to see also is standard across many of our client accessory devices. So what does this mean? So what we did was we trained an algorithm, a deep neural network, on over 500 million sound signals, including human voices and noises, so that it can learn on its own what is human and what isn't. In practical terms, that means that everything in your environment around you, other than your voice into the beamforming microphone, is going to be canceled out. And the experience is one where you'll start to hear the sound, and then the software will kick in and work out. And I'll give you a demonstration in a moment. We even solve for falsetto. So if you sing like the Bee Gees, or you get real high pitched because you see somebody has a cute dog walk in the background, it's going to capture that as well, so that it recognizes that as human as opposed to some sort of other sound. So then as you move from entry level to super premium, we add different layers of active noise cancellation for the environment around you for what you hear. And then, as I stated before, we use our software solution to make sure that these can get smarter over time. Now, I want to stop right there and say, I want to be clear, since we're talking about AI, this is not AI that is learning from your voice. It's already learned that you have a human voice. We will continue to train it on our end and then roll those out. We're not listening in on phone calls. That would be a security violation for sure. Now, that's been brought up before. That's why I address it. We have a product that we make smarter over time through firmware updates. As far as that demonstration goes, I like to do a couple of sound makers. And so the first one is some maracas. You're going to hear it start, and then it should cancel out. And then if you guys are familiar with Karate Kid 2, I got one of those drums. Hopefully that worked for you. You should get the balanced out sound. We've also played some music in the past, and it cancels out Taylor Swift as well. You guys take with that what you will. Here's a further example of how that AI process works, but it's as I kind of walk you through it. Every one of those sounds goes into it. The AI distinguishes what is human and what isn't, and only your voice goes through. In an open office environment, because the microphone is trained on your voice and directly in front of you, it is not picking up the people in that space around you. All of our devices are open office tested. That's a level of Microsoft testing above Teams certification, where it is exactly as it sounds like. It's making sure that people within a perimeter around you are not being picked up on the microphone. And here is the lineup in more detail. When we get into the actual specifics about what happens as you move up the product stack, as I said, every single one of these products has the AI noise cancellation microphone. The 3 series, for us, 3 series is what we would consider a mainstream level series. In this case, you have your microphones with a larger boom mic that's not discrete. It can be worn on either side, and it uses passive noise cancellation, which is just a fancy way to say there's no extra software layer for the ambient noise. It uses the thick, comfortable ear cushions as a way to kind of dampen the sound around you. For that more premium experience, and where we feel we would direct most of our customers and most of their end users, is the 5 series. We have the 5 series wired and wireless, where we introduced, this is what I'm wearing right now, a discrete boom mic, and we've added the active noise cancellation feature to it as well, and extended the listening time. And then at the high end, and where we're really excited that we're going to be launching this finally this week, our WL7024 Premier Wireless ANC headset introduces adaptive ANC, which is a technology you'll see more and more in the market. There's a few headsets that have it now. But what this means is, in a way to preserve your battery, it will adjust your ANC levels on the fly based on how loud your environment is. So if you walk from a busy street into a quiet building like a library or something, it'll adjust down that ANC because you don't have to block as much sound. Or if you have a bunch of people have a spontaneous meeting behind you, it'll raise it back up, all as a way to adapt to the environment around you. It has some touch controls on the right ear cup for media consumption, and is also going to be able to cancel out human voice. I'm sorry, preserve the human voice for the people on the other end as well with an uplink downlink function. What that means is if you're talking to someone who has an inferior headset with an inferior microphone, all that background noise that is going to be coming through, this headset, the 7 Series, will work to cancel out that background noise, so only their voice comes through as well. And with that, my slide isn't updating. I think that is, oh, yeah, hold on. I'm going to move you to this one here. One more feature that I want to discuss, and then I'm going to hand it off to Rick. And I think we're saving Q&A to the end, but I'll start looking through your Q&A. Dell Audio is Dell's first app. So I mentioned Dell Peripheral Manager. That's one way to go through and manage your headsets and manage your accessories. Specific to headsets and unique to Dell, we have launched the Dell Audio mobile app for both Apple stores and Google Play stores. All of the same functions that you have in Dell Peripheral Manager are also available on your phone for your app, so your end users can go ahead and manage things on the go when paired to their smartphone. Great. With that, I am going to stop share, and we're going to move on to Rick.
All right. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
I wonder why this isn't, there it goes. All right, so I will go into share. Hi all, thanks for the opportunity to be here. My name is Rick Lugari. I'm the keyboard and mouse PLM here at Dell. Today I wanted to highlight a product that in one of these forums has already been featured maybe a year ago or so. The Dell Premier Collaboration Keyboard and Combo, mouse combo. There's an update to it, and as part of that, I'm going to feed into the Dell software story, right? So, with a little bit of background on Dell's approach to keyboards and mice, Frank did a great job of laying out the innovation we've been doing, taking customer feedback, and trying to reimagine the ecosystem for user productivity, convenience, and reliability. And the way that starts is our devices, we believe, should all be plug and play and reliable, right? ITDMs, you guys, who wants a complaint on a keyboard and mouse? I mean, I love the devices; they're very personal, but things should just work, right? So we did things like we've introduced 3-year advanced exchange warranty on some of these things. So that's like next business day if there's a problem, right? We're trying to stand behind that idea. But the other thing we can do, the productivity piece can be accentuated by software. So first, it's plug and play. It should work everywhere in any environment with any system. The second piece is we can bring in software as a layer to introduce advanced features and take things to the next level and future-proof. And then with software, there is a Dell on Dell thing we can do, right? So I'll talk about Dell Pair in a moment through part of this presentation of this keyboard and mouse, but there's an extra goodness we can bring to our Dell notebook customers. So with that, on the screen here, I have the Dell Premier Collaboration Keyboard, the KB900. I'm also going to cover the MS900 mouse. The two things are available as a combo called the KM900. Now, we're pretty proud of this because it's an extension of what we've been doing to reimagine our keyboard and mouse business, right? using that software, we were able to get really innovative and introduce collaboration keys to a keyboard, right? What that looks like is we launched these products in January of 2023. It was the world's first Zoom certified collaboration keyboard. We partnered with Zoom to, make sure that it was Zoom ready. It was the first of its kind. We were able, just a year later, by working with Microsoft, update and doing a software update to Dell Peripheral Manager. That's our suite for accessories, our software suite. Bring Teams functionality. So now we have the vast majority of the collaboration platform market covered with this keyboard. As you can see, actually, I'm going to go to another slide, a little detail slide, right? So if you look above the arrow keys, you'll see the LED collaboration keys. These turn on when you're in a Teams or Zoom call. And of course, you have to have Dell Peripheral Manager installed. And you can go on and off camera, and on and off mute, open chat, or start a screen sharing session, all with the touch of a button. Those buttons are programmable in Dell Peripheral Manager. You can disable them. You can change the behavior to be single tap or double tap, right? Very well thought out design. The other piece here is if you look across the top, all those buttons that are indicated, it's basically all the F keys except the F8, which adjusts the backlight, and the print screen to the calculator button. They're all programmable with Dell Peripheral Manager. It's about saving the end user minutes a day, right? I program apps to open on these. I also program PubShare folders, which are obviously a pain to navigate to. On our earlier models, I'd program WinShift-S for screen caps. This keyboard, we actually made our F7 key as a default shortcut to that feature. If you look to the right, you'll see a connection mode switch. This keyboard and the mouse are multi-device, meaning you can use the receiver, comes with a dongle, or there's 2 channels of Bluetooth. You can use any one of them, or you can pair to up to 3 different devices and seamlessly alternate across those devices with a touch of a button. There's indicator keys on the top for battery and which channel you're on. Then you can see that there is a USB-C charging port. It does come with a USB-C to C cable, and it has adjustable tilt. The keys on these are a scissor key. Really, really nice typing experience. Quieter than our other scissor key models. Again, it comes with a 3-year advanced exchange warranty. It is our first rechargeable backlit keyboard. That in itself, aside from the Zoom keys, is a compelling value prop for our customers. We've had a number of asks for something like this over the years. This is us taking that feedback, coming back, and delivering, right? Other features are we have a new receiver, a new generation receiver that offers better authentication. It's a Dell proprietary method. So this is enhanced security. And then the other thing this has that I wanted to call out, I mentioned briefly Dell Pair. The part of the software story where we can, because we own the client and we own the accessory, we can give our Dell client customers a little bit of extra juice. And I'm going to bounce around a little bit. And what that looks like with Dell Pair is when you go into Bluetooth pairing mode, if you have one of our newer generation notebooks and either of these 2 devices I'm talking about today and Frank's new wireless headsets, when you go into pairing mode, you get a pop-up that actually recognizes that particular device, asks you if you want to pair, offers one-click pairing. Microsoft has built into Windows a similar thing called Swift Pair. Where ours is different is one, it's a Dell patented regimen. It uses 256-bit encryption during the pairing process, and it's our own authentication method. It offers level 4 security as compared to standard open source Bluetooth pairing, which is level 3 security. Level 4 security means that we are inoculating ourselves from man-in-the-middle attacks. The other really cool advantage to this over other mechanisms like SwiftPair is SwiftPair has a range up to about 3 meters. So the person in the cube next to you could get prompted to pair the device as well when you go into pairing mode. With ours, we can restrict that range to around a foot. So it's a very convenient feature. Again, Frank's headsets offer that as well. The other piece of the software is Dell Peripheral Manager that I talked about. Again, you can program your buttons and keys. In the case of like our webcams and audio, you can adjust your color tone, whether you want ANC or not. I can actually adjust it on my headset as well. And you can receive firmware updates, which is really key. That's part of the future proofing Frank was talking about, is that ability to get firmware updates. And also it's a good guy for Dell, right? Maybe there's a security update and we can make our devices all the more secure, or even a quality issue, get a firmware update out to the end user. And then lastly, I don't know how I'm on time. What are we? Okay, nearing time. The MS900 mouse. This is a high performance rechargeable mouse. Again, this one too has multi-device functionality paired up to 3 devices. It has a high performance laser that goes up to 8,000 DPI. That's way too hot for anything I would do, but it's there, right? You can adjust that using Dell Peripheral Manager in stages of 200 DPI increments. So you can really fine tune that into the behavior you like. It also has a really cool feature called 4-way scrolling. And for you or your users who are big into spreadsheets or anything that needs both a vertical and a horizontal scroll, if you click down on the center mouse wheel, you get in a cursor that looks like a 4-way arrow. And after you do that, just by moving your mouse, that spreadsheet will pan across, right? Really handy, really great for navigating beastly files like that. It's a very comfortable mouse. It's full size. It's large, but I have found as somebody with small hands, very comfortable in the hand. There are some other competing mice that I think are actually really nice, but I can't use them because I don't find them very comfortable for my stature. Another thing too is you can get up to 3-month battery life on a charge. And if you were to let it run out, 2 minutes to get you through the full day. I failed to mention on the keyboard that has up to 20 days battery life, which is towards the high end of the industry. And that one, if you were to let the battery die, 1 minute will get you through the rest of the day. With that, I think I will pass it on to Ginny to talk about our great new adapters and power banks, and I'll check the chat for any questions. Thank you very much.
Great.
Ginny?
Thanks, Rick. Yep. Getting going. All right. Well, hello, everybody. Like Rick and Frank have said, I am Ginny Whited. I am the Power Adapters Power Banks PLM here at Dell, and I manage some of our power accessories, our power accessories lines, and wanted to talk with everyone today about some of the new features that we have, some of the new products that we have, and yeah, answer any questions. So, to start off, we'll go over, why Dell adapters, why Dell power accessories in general. So, as we've been talking about in terms of productivity and the entire CP ecosystem that you have, we want to make sure that you are connected, you're powered up. Anywhere and everywhere, all times of the day. So compatibility and reliable performance is a big key with Dell adapters. So any Dell products, Dell power adapters that you get are Dell certified to work with Dell systems. And so you basically have a guarantee that the adapter that you have will work with your system and keep you charged up. So you won't risk plugging in and having an error or, having issues with your charging. And that you have a Dell certified product that will work with your system. We're also working towards, like Frank said, sustainability. So sustainability is a huge focus for our power team, our global power team. A lot of our adapters are now being crafted with post-consumer recycled materials. Some of our adapters are shipping in 100% recycled packaging. And so that is the focus for us as well on the Dell side. We're conscious of our impact and the future of our product lines. And then wide range. So we have all the way down from 45 watts up to 360 watts of capability, and that runs across USB-C adapters as well as 4.5 and 7.4 millimeter barrel adapters as well. So whatever system you have, we have an adapter that will support that input. And then, our adapter connections, we're constantly innovating and looking for new ways to improve the customer and consumer experience with our Dell power adapters. So with that, that's kind of our overview. I want to talk about some new products that we have. We're very excited about our range of, we call them our GaN power adapters. That stands for gallium nitride, and that is actually the material that is inside of the body of the adapter. So where your standard power adapter would typically be made with silicon and other plastics that are not very efficient conducting materials, so they heat up quicker and they have to have a larger body. Gallium nitride, the material is more efficient and is able to be put into a smaller, more compact, lighter body. So while you maintain your performance and you're more efficiently charging the battery of your system, you're doing so in up to a 40 to 50% smaller chassis. So you're not compromising any of the performance of the adapter of your device, but you are getting it in a much smaller and lighter body. For reference, it's really great to have them in hand, but our 100-watt ultra slim GaN adapter takes about the same amount of real estate as our standard 65-watt USB-C adapter. So we're seeing a significant decrease in the size and heft of these adapters. We're really getting towards the innovative side of the house and having a conscious idea of what is the full ecosystem and how can we contribute to that with our adapters. And then, like I said, our GaN adapters are also using recycled materials, post-consumer recycled plastics, copper, aluminum, a lot of what's going in the actual body of the device, as well as the packaging materials as well, being some of select power adapters are shipping 100% recycled plastic. For the full rundown, so like I said, our full adapter range, we have 60 watt up to 360 watt in terms of our standard adapters, and we've kind of covered that range as well with our GaN adapters. So we have our 60 watt up to 360 watt adapters as well for our GAN side of the house. And I have this broken out. You can see what is our actual connector, and then we have the description of 60 up to 360. We have a full range of GAN adapters. We have a full power family, so anything that you have a standard adapter, we have a GAN solution for you as well, and they kind of cover the entire range of our products. And these are, again, more efficient, faster speeds, and all in, the smaller, lighter 40 to 50% so bodies. So, yep, full range here. Just wanted to show that off. And then on the other side of the house, something else we're very excited about is our new Targus power banks. So these are Targus manufactured products, but they were made exclusively for Dell. And we have 100 watt and 140 watt here. So this will charge up to a much higher range of system capacity than we've seen previously. And we have some technical specifications as well, but these can be charged, fully charge your power bank in as little as 1.5 hours, and then you can fully charge your system up to 2 times with a fully charged power bank. So these are great for on the go, making sure again that you are fully charged wherever you go, in conjunction with our Dell power adapters. But these are pretty much brand new products. Very excited to have these out there, Dell exclusive from Targus, and these are ready for everybody to get their hands on. And yeah, that's all I have for power, but we're very excited to have both our power banks and our GAN adapters. They're a great contribution to our overall Dell CP ecosystem, and they are very good, again, especially for on the go, lightweight, making sure that you have everything you need to stay powered up, stay productive as you're, working, make your life a little bit easier. I will stop sharing. That is all I have.
Awesome. Well, thank you all. I see a lot of questions being answered in the chat, and I feel bad for my IT director because I've got a lot of purchases I would like to make after this call. Right, the amount of Zoom webinars that I personally do and Teams meetings that I'm on, I need a collaboration keyboard, I need the mouse, I need the headset to keep it quiet for when my dog's barking. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of requests, at least on my end, going in, and I'm sure everybody on this call is going to ask the same of their managers because these are just products that I need in my daily life. It's going to make life so much easier. But with that being said, I saw a lot of the questions get answered in the chat. Please have more questions come on in. I've seen a lot of praise for a bunch of the different products. So that means you guys are on the right track. You guys are doing exactly what the customers are asking because everybody here is super happy with all the products that they've tried. So are there any other questions from anybody at this point, or any other additions you guys want to make based on the questions that have been asked? I do see a couple requests for product testing, and I will do a quick plug for our Trusted Tester program. So if anybody on this call is not familiar with the Trusted Tester program, you do sign an NDA, you go under NDA with Dell, and you get exclusive access to test these products before they hit the market. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to us at Member Services. We can definitely get some information for you to join the Trusted Tester program. It's fantastic. I see a bunch of trusted testers in this call, so they can advertise that in the chat if they want and say their experience with it. That would help us out. But I do see a question that came in from Curtis. Is there an area where they could get spec sheets on the power banks, or can you tell us how long it takes to fully charge and what the standby time would be?
Yes, I was typing that out, and we will be sharing out power bank spec sheet, which will have the technical specifications. In terms of fully charged, so it'll take around 1.5 hours to fully charge the power bank itself. And then in terms of actually charging your system, that will really depend on the specifics of your system, what programs you're running. It's hard to get a little bit more specific with that. We do have some information that, you know, I can share with the team to share out with the knowledge that there's a lot of factors that go into how long it takes to charge your system. But it should be, if you're functioning, you know, if you have a 100-watt system and or a system that needs a 100-watt power supply and you're using a 100-watt Targus power bank, it should charge at the same rate as if you were plugged into, you know, a wall outlet or something similar. But I do have some specifics that I can share.
Awesome, thank you. Frank, Rick, you got any questions that you want to elaborate further on now that right, we've got some time that you've seen in the chat?
I saw a question about whether docs would be covered today. You don't have a doc specialist on with you today, but I'm sure we can arrange for a session like that surely down the road and get you some doc specialists. Additionally, I'm going to post in the chat for those who are looking for any kind of extra information, spec sheets, etc., on a lot of our products. And I don't think our power products are in here, but I'm sharing an e-guide. This is a document that kind of walks you through all of the client peripheral products, including categories we didn't discuss today. And you can kind of self-serve and download and look at your own spec sheets as well. If it prompts any questions, if it prompts any kind of extra, need on your end for evaluation units, et cetera, let that guide be your way to, determine what it is you're looking for. Rick, you're on mute. I see you're trying to talk.
All right, Frank, thank you. There is a link to or at least a section for parts in the e-guide.
That's right.
It is really a great document. Really happy with that as a piece of collateral.
Great. We really appreciate everybody's time today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I'm not seeing any more questions come in. We will collect all of these resources, put them in the post-event email. When you close out, please make sure that you take the survey. So that'll be great. And yeah, just stay tuned. We've got more great content coming to you. We'll get all of these great resources out to you. Give us till about the end of the week to get the recording up and posted so you can share it with your managers as a pitch to get all these awesome new products. But with that, we'll just say thank you. Everyone gets 20 minutes back in their day, which I know is highly valuable. Seems like we're in the busy season. So enjoy your 20 minutes, get some lunch. I know that's what I'm going to do. But with that, Frank, Rick, Ginny, thank you for your time. This has been fantastic. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Great day, y'all.